using negative force against you. The inability to apologize is a common trait among narcissists. They'll wait patiently for you to recover. Regret is a negative emotion that makes us feel accountable for unpleasant things that have happened, but "I'm sorry" is a frequent method to express it. Narcissists have a hard time seeing their faults and tend to place the blame on others instead. Narcissists can persuade people to see the world through the same narrow lens through which they do. They are insecure about themselves. Therefore, they will say and do everything to make you feel inadequate. Narcissists may hide their character flaws beneath a veneer of complaining about others. A narcissist's actions, words, and thoughts are all simply projections of their internal emotional condition. And if they're stuck on a plane with a bunch of grumpy individuals, it's the only thing that will lift their spirits. They need to feel superior to you to maintain their self-esteem, so they'll do whatever they can to bring you down to their level. Remember that two people can spread a bad mood twice as rapidly as one, but the desire for victory is strong amid despair. Those who lack empathy tend to blame others for their emotional difficulties, since they themselves are unable to empathize with the sentiments of others. Since narcissists don't feel anything for you or anybody else, you can count on them never to provide a sincere apology. If you believe you can out-narcissist a narcissist, you're mistaken. That's why I'm going to demonstrate to you today how to break up with a toxic narcissist in a way that benefits both parties. Before we get started, please know how much I appreciate you watching this video. If this video was enjoyable, feel free to forward it to friends and family. If this is your first visit, consider subscribing and turning on the bell icon to receive email notifications of new posts. First, don't waste your time trying to persuade or coerce a narcissist into changing their behavior. Instead, work on becoming a better person and broadening your social network. It's dangerous to become overly reliant on other people if we haven't had counseling for our codependency or are only beginning to recover. Worrying about how other people see us, what the future holds, or how events will unfold wastes time and mental resources. The narcissist would have already changed their ways if doing so had been a priority. You need to take back your life by deciding to improve yourself in every way possible. It makes no difference where the narcissist came from. Only you have the power to alter your current circumstance. Rather than worrying about the narcissist, you should focus on bettering yourself to live a better life. You need to be your best self and live your best life to eliminate a narcissist. Secondly, refrain from getting into pointless arguments with the narcissist. The safest strategy is avoiding contact with a narcissist by withdrawing within yourself. There's no use in continuing if you choose to disregard that. Why? Collaboration with such people is doomed to fail. To that end, avoiding all the bickering and squabbling is probably best. Let them have the final say. For them, that's proof that their efforts have paid off. Doing this could stop the damage to your health and vitality in its tracks if you remove yourself from the situation. You benefit immediately and in the long run. Never listen to a narcissist or any of their harmful associates. Number 3. Trying to express your desires to a narcissist will just increase their requests. Since the narcissist has no interest in you, you should leave. They are too wrapped up in their problems to give a damn about yours. Recognizing the statement's accuracy is challenging but essential. You should approach self-care in a way that makes sense to you. When negotiating, avoid dealing with narcissists. You should stop expecting other people to care for your needs and start doing so immediately. You'll realize you never really needed the narcissist and can get back to being your true independent self. You need to do this correctly if you want to meet people who are healthy, friendly, and beneficial to both of you. Understanding that you can go on and form new, healthy adult relationships is the first step toward recovering from codependency, and is something you should be able to grasp after all your hard work. Number 4. Master the use of your own thoughts and body as weapons. Being emotionally and spiritually disciplined is essential for you to avoid being manipulated by a narcissist. You could prevent someone from coming over and pressing a button for no reason at all. Taking extra special care of oneself is essential if you want to stand up to a narcissist without losing your dignity. They are most effective when they are part of a person's routine and are used frequently. The self-assurance and flair of a narcissist might be off-putting to those of us who aren't used to being the center of attention. It's understandable that we've had trouble in this respect, given how long we've played the role of scapegoat in this scenario. You get to chart your course for the day each morning. It would be best if you always put your health and safety first. This action is entirely up to you. Please let me know if you are considering any of these alterations. Number 5. The narcissist's struggle is not worthy of anyone's sympathy. People are more susceptible to the lies spoken by narcissists when they have a favorable view of those individuals. The fact that they can't empathize with your predicament only heightens your sense of being used and ultimately defeated. Empaths can be affected by other people's negative emotions and energies, even if they don't experience or resonate with such things themselves. Caring individuals should not suffer through a hangover. You should avoid the narcissist at all costs and reserve your compassion for those who genuinely require it. And finally, number 6, communicate with reliable people you can count on. You'll require their assistance if you want to heal from a narcissist while maintaining your self-respect. You will need some time for emotional recovery immediately following the traumatic event. Find a way to get it if you don't already have it. Having open and honest conversations about challenges with loved ones is the greatest approach to getting through them. Someone you can trust, like a friend, family member, or acquaintance who knows you best. But that doesn't mean we can dump all our difficulties and sadness on them. Means that you'll have people in your corner who care about making sure you're heard and valued. Being able to heal from narcissistic abuse is difficult. Having a solid support system is essential. Having someone to confide in helps us all relax. Given this, it's critical to maintain close relationships with those who can offer emotional support. If you do this, you won't have to look for suspicious characters to meet your needs. Remember that you are the one in charge of your health and happiness, and take care of yourself in whichever way makes the most sense to you. The success of our purpose depends on our ability to attract and maintain a dedicated following over time. This wraps up today's topic for me. I hope you find this video to be informative and worthwhile. Thank you for watching. If you have any experience dating a narcissist, please tell us about it. Subscribing to our channel and activating the bell button will ensure you never miss another video like this one. Have a great day. This is why a narcissist will ask more no matter how good you treat them. Narcissists count on us to fulfill all of their needs and wants. Their unyielding stance stems from the fact that they believe that they are inherently better and entitled to certain benefits. On the other hand, in their eyes, you are lower than they are, and you should consider yourself fortunate if they pay any attention to you at all. If you upset their feelings or their belief in their inflated sense of self-importance, they will punish you by making you feel like garbage on their feet. This is something that we all know is not true, but if you damage their feelings, they will do this. Narcissists may give the impression that they are dominant and superior to other people, but they are also able to play the victim card to obtain what they want. Narcissists who are convinced that acting like a victim will help them get what they want will not hesitate to adopt this strategy. Narcissists sometimes try to gain sympathy by portraying themselves as helpless victims who need to be rescued from an abusive partner, a troubled past, or just a lack of a caring, non-abusive love partner. Big-hearted people who feel compelled to help others are often drawn to needy individuals. However, those who accept a narcissist's invitation can count on getting a lot more than they bargained for. Narcissists are dangerous because they put us in dangerous situations by pressuring us to accomplish things we know we can't do, knowing that if we fail, we'll get nothing but pain and suffering. You'll be confused about the source of their sudden, unexpected wrath, and you'll probably cry it out in your room before shutting the door. Then, and only then, you will decide to better yourself. Contrarily, they like your misery since it adds to their inflated sense of self-importance. To assist in keeping up appearances and acting out their script while they are distracted with their thoughts, feelings, and wants is all you can do. The only constants in such a life are isolation and rejection. The narcissist's unrealistically high standards are at play here. Narcissists are typically motivated by their need for admiration from others. The dark atmosphere inside their homes means they constantly need reassurance from the outside world. They don't care about the people around them, regardless of who they are. They have never been happy or fulfilled in any way. Narcissists seek fulfillment from outside sources because they believe they cannot provide it to themselves. This is why narcissists would do anything to gain the approval of those around them, and why it's common for narcissists to put a premium on superficial friendships and partnerships. The more people they can round up, the better. The only way for them to succeed is if everyone loves them. As they must rely on consenting participants, it is incumbent upon them to leave indelible evidence of their mistreatment of those they exploit. However, if they don't answer anyone, what can they do? We should look up to them because they deserve it. Moreover, responsibility for failures must fall on someone. Instead of taking ownership of their acts, narcissists will point fingers at others. They have no problem shifting the blame and embarrassment onto their closest loved ones. Their blunders and missteps, in their view, are the fault of others. You haven't reached the last page yet. When it comes to personal safety, narcissists often try to blame those closest to them. If you don't bother them with questions or criticisms, everything will be okay. They want you to give in to their every whim so they can keep their calm and positive disposition. Staying in their good graces requires blind obedience and acceptance of their fabrications. It's your fault if they're not happy with their lives. No one else can or should shoulder the blame for this. The narcissist believes that if you adopt their positive emotions, you will also adopt their negative ones. Mothers that suffer from narcissism have high expectations of their offspring. The children should sacrifice whatever they need to make their mother happy and make her their top priority. They want their partners and progeny to take care of the house and the kids so that they can relax and do whatever they want. When interacting with a narcissist, you can be sure that they will hold you to a very high standard, whether it be in a professional setting or a personal one, such as in a family or love relationship. Narcissists are sensitive to criticism because they are constantly seeking affirmation from others. They are miserable on the inside and project their unhappiness onto everyone in their immediate vicinity. So it's not surprising that they don't understand why we choose to set healthy limits or condemn them when we say the opposite of their desire. They're so angry because we're not giving in to their demands. They view our refusal to be their slaves and put up with their mistreatment as evidence that we have no empathy for them and are actively working to overthrow them. True narcissists would improve our lives if they were curious about us. If this were the case, they would think twice before reacting with hostility. In doing so, we can demonstrate that it is not our responsibility to make them feel better, as this is an impossible goal. Some narcissists go to extremes to maintain their relationships with us, including saying they require our love and support. They need us just because they know they can benefit from our support, and they don't care if our demise aids them. That's rather depressing, no? Let's get rid of the need to do that. In addition, I would like to highlight how our scars and low self-esteem can make us vulnerable to a narcissist who would pretend to be our savior and provide us with the affection we've been craving our whole lives. The narcissist would like us to believe they are here solely for our amusement. It's really difficult to have healthy relationships when we want other people to mend our wounds and help us move on. To avoid getting sucked into a relationship with a narcissist, you must begin by valuing and accepting yourself for who you are. In sum, we can identify and pursue our unique path to happiness. Those who are narcissistic should not put the burden of their responsibilities on others. You should never give a narcissist the ability to make you feel like your happiness depends on them. Sincerely, I hope you learned something from this video. Please share your ideas and experiences in the comments section below. If you liked this video and want to see more content like it, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. I appreciate it a lot. This is what a narcissist thinks when they break up with you. Everyone, I hope you all are doing fine today. I have another video that you can see. Without further ado, let's get started on the issue of the day. The significance of severing all emotional relationships with a narcissist as soon as possible can't be underestimated. People need to be aware of the fact that narcissists have the power to make us continue to live in the past, even when they are not around. No matter how diligently you attempt to steer clear of narcissists and have as little interaction with them as is humanly possible, it's likely that you'll never be able to break free of their hold on you. No matter what you do to get rid of them or how they get rid of you, a narcissist will feel as though you still belong to them even after the termination of their relationship with you. When communicating with a narcissist, you run the risk of a few different potential results. First, those who were affected can pick themselves up and move on with their life without unnecessary baggage. Second, people who need more time and effort to break free of their mental and emotional bonds. Third, those whose hatred and resentment towards narcissists have reached a fever pitch. Since only the latter two categories still maintain substantive interactions with narcissists, they will be the focus of today's topic. An obsession with their victims often defines narcissists, so it's not surprising that they would devote so much time and energy to them. That might lead us to the source of the problem and allow us to address it more quickly. As long as you care about the narcissist, it does not matter if you are in case 2 or 3. It makes sense to kick things off with the topic of love. It's possible that narcissists might captivate their admirers despite their many defects. Narcissists are always ready to scoop or return at any moment. Those who are in a trauma bond may even encourage the narcissist's efforts at integration. Since not everything that occurred between you and the narcissist was horrible, you may be thinking back on the good times you shared together. During the love-bombing phase, when there were frequent and overwhelming public displays of devotion, we felt tremendously prized and adored. If you've ever imagined spending the rest of your life with someone, the idea that they could be your worst nightmare is terrifying. I harped on the importance of accepting one's experience with a narcissist if one hopes to develop a new perspective. One such example is when it becomes clear that they are not who they claim to be. The first step to breaking free from trauma bonds is admitting that you have a problem. If we still find ourselves pining for the narcissist after we've learned how toxic they are, we may have a trauma attachment. To avoid falling into the trap of rationalizing or dismissing the narcissist's damaging behavior, may be helpful to write down or keep a journal of all the awful things the narcissist has done or said to you, and how those things made you feel. Reading your journal notes may help ease your pain if you miss the narcissist. It can be helpful to speak with a professional counselor about natural and healthy human responses, including grief, anger, and resentment. To some, this may bring relief and closure. While it's crucial to stick to a healthy routine, it's also crucial to make time for the people and pursuits that make your life worth living. This tactic can be useful in regaining your dignity and creating psychological space between you and the narcissist. Keeping a notebook in which one writes nothing but encouraging thoughts is a great approach to improving one's self-esteem and happiness. Second, we will discuss the emotion of hatred. By holding animosity for the narcissist, we hurt ourselves more than we hurt them. If you are always on edge, waiting for the narcissist to do something, it could be detrimental to your mental health. The nervous and immune systems are particularly vulnerable to the daily barrage of stress and bad energy. It's literally making you sick to your stomach and mind. Ironically, our dislike for the narcissist is very similar to affection. Both love and hate are powerful emotions that affect the whole person. The narcissist does not need our attention, enthusiasm, or sympathy after depleting those resources. That's why they'll go to such lengths to get you to give up your freedom of thought and action. Our objective should be to achieve a state of emotional distancing from them in which we are conscious of their existence, but no longer feel any sort of attachment to them. Forgetting about past events is the only way to get past the time when they are still pertinent. We've become immune to their allure since we frequently deal with them. Refusing to acknowledge their existence will force them to face the fact that they can't hide anything about themselves, including their ideas, activities, or even their presence. Remember that making and maintaining eye contact with a narcissist can be quite tiring. Keep in mind that you can break free from a narcissist by emotionally distancing yourself from them. The lack of interest is a major problem. Thank you so much if you've watched this far. I will make more of an effort in future videos to provide explanations that are easy to follow and helpful. Please share your ideas and opinions on the topic in the comments